Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is David. I'm a life coach. I help people heal from abusive relationships and other kinds of trauma in life. Today, the video was sparked for me to do by two people asking a question that I do every week. I have a weekly question and answer videos every single Monday, and lately I've been saving a question or two to make a separate video with because I believe that it's deserving. They deserve a separate video. So let me read these two people's questions to start with, okay? First one is from Mark in the United Kingdom. Hello, Mark. I have an odd question. I believe I may be codependent, but since I had two narcissist exes in a row, is it possible to be overcompensate to be independent? Women have been interested in me, but I am not because I really enjoy my alone time and stopped being so nice. And let me just read the other one because they're so similar. Joanna from Norway. Hello. I have a hard time to understand my healing. And you wrote isolation and my avoidant personality disorder. I learned that it is not common to talk about this disorder. Do you have experience with avoidant personality disorder and also with PTSD complex? Yes. So, what I want to dive into is after emotionally abusive relationships, it can be very common. We all react differently to trauma, okay? All of us. And it's about who we are and our makeup and things like this. We all react differently to trauma. You'll have people that freak out and they need someone else right away. Go on a dating site and date somebody. I love you. Let's get married. Then you'll have other people be like, I'm done for the rest of my life. Or 6 months or years. We all react differently, right? Some people commit suicide. I mean, really differently, okay? Mark, your reaction is a very common one. And that's, I've been hurt and I don't want to get hurt again. And you may be healing some of your codependency and not feeling so dependent on people right now, and you don't really need them now. So now I'm going to be more focused on myself, and I'm starting to enjoy the relationship I'm building with myself, which is very common. We lose a sense of who we are. We don't have a very authentic self when we're dating abusers. And so when it's over with and we decide to start focusing on us and build this relationship with ourselves, it's beautiful. It's great. And we don't need to start dating someone right away yet. We're like, no, hold on. Hey, I kind of like this. So you might be dealing from your emotional dependency. And so now you don't want to date. Besides the fact that you've had some bad experiences, and that tells your brain that you're going to have more bad experiences. And that's another part of avoidancy. Avoidancy is a form of isolation. With this, in this context, and isolation is absolutely a major, huge, common reaction to this kinds of stuff. People don't talk about what happened to them, or people go sit inside their home all day and don't talk about it. People work all the time. These kinds of isolating things that we do. And avoidancy is a form of isolation. I'm going to avoid it altogether. Borderlines are extremely drastic in everything they do. I'm just using it as an example, borderlines. And borderlines they might have so much sex forever and be so sexual and then halt it off and maybe not have it for the rest of their life. It's extreme. Joanna, you said that you have avoidant personality disorder. I hope you were diagnosed with that. Not that I hope you have it, but I hope you think you have it only because you were diagnosed with it. We don't diagnose ourselves. Very important. And I highly recommend that you get a second opinion, Joanna. For you to have complex PTSD from a relationship, okay, that you have, doesn't very well support the fact that you might have avoidant personality disorder at all. People with avoidant personality disorder don't get involved with relationships with people like this and become dependent. Like you, Mark, you said you have codependency issues. Avoidant people don't. Avoidant people won't depend on anybody because that's how they grew up. They will not depend on you. They will remain independent even in relationships. We have attachment styles. I'm going to try to briefly explain attachment styles. I don't want to bore people that understand this or heard me say it before. Real quick, we start attaching to our parents right at birth, and we continue to do so for years. We attach to our parents, and as we're attaching to our parents, the kind of attention we got and received from our parents determines the attachment style we become. I like to use the three most common ones to help you better understand. There's some more, but it's the three basic ones that help people understand. And there's secure attachment. That means when I was a baby, my parents were always there for me and gave me lots of attention and made me feel very secure, so I feel secure. Then there's insecure or unsure or anxious attachment style. And that's hit and miss. My parents were there sometimes and sometimes they weren't. Sometimes they're there and picked me up and gave me attention. And sometimes, where are they? Where's mom? Where's dad? I'm not sure. I'm anxious. What's going on? And then there's the other one, and that's avoidant. And that's the child, grew up in institutions, just as an example, extreme, and didn't get any emotional attention. Emotional, not physical, emotional. Didn't get emotional attention, so they become avoidant. And what happens when they grow up and they're in relationships, the secure always must be in a secure relationship, and they never feel insecure. And if they do, they're gone. They're out. They make it a secure relationship where they're gone. The avoidant, unsure, will be just that. Anxious in relationships, unsure of even what they are. Are we dating? I don't know. Do you love me? Can you tell me? Can you reassure me? Do you see that? And then the avoidant starts to attach and push people away and stay independent because they never became dependent on a person growing up, right? They never depended on anybody, so they never will depend on you, right? They never shared how they felt, their feelings with their family. That's okay. There's other ones. There's dismissive avoidance. And this is about the attention we got growing up. So now we have our attachment style, and they're not good, bad, healthy, sad, nothing. They're just the way we are. These things can change. Okay? These things can change. So we can be avoidant attachment style, but now the personality disorder is extreme. Avoidant personality disorder. I bet you got misdiagnosed. I'm just guessing. Go get a second opinion. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Your avoidancy, just like Mark's, I believe, is conditional. Conditional. It's a conditioned response. It's because of the conditions you're under. Bad experience, bad experience, bad experience. Stop. I don't trust myself. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to have a good relationship. I don't know how to protect myself. Fear. There might be fear of intimacy, all these things. But I doubt it's just a total, I'm independent. Definitely, Mark, no, you're dealing with codependency issues. No, you're just finding yourself now, and it's great. You might be doing the same thing, Joanna. Get a second opinion, please. Please. Personality disorders are so commonly misdiagnosed. So commonly. I see it all the time. I do. I knew somebody who a doctor told them they have avoidant personality disorder, and the doctor didn't know anything about trauma, didn't understand emotional trauma, didn't understand avoidant attachment styles. I mean, you're supposed to learn this in school, but it doesn't mean that they remember or that they paid attention to that part or whatever. I don't know. Didn't understand it well. This is conditional. Or let me say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to say a very common condition is avoidancy after massively traumatically abusive relationships, guys. Okay? And you could be on that unsure, anxious attachment style spectrum, right? Close to avoidancy, and now you've been in these bad relationships, and now you're just avoidant. You're more avoidant. You may not want to date anybody ever again anymore. You become independent enough, you're like, screw it. but way different than avoidant personality disorder. I just have a funny feeling, Jonna, that you should get a second opinion for sure. And Mark, I don't think you have to worry, Mark. Give yourself some time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy being single. Enjoy not dating. Have that contrast, right? And when you wait a while, because too often we push ourselves back into dating. Too often when we're not ready, right? And we think we need to. Our ego, somebody else says we need to. Our therapist says, get back on the horse and try again. Even though you've been abused for, by 7 different women for 25 years, Oh, just get back, do it again, We need to heal, everybody. We need to heal, which means understand and learn what happened to us in that relationship, and then go back and understand what happened to us in childhood so we can fix these things. And we can't fix it if we're not aware of it. And then we have help if we need to, and someone hold our hand through the relationships we're having now with people, our friends, everybody. I hope that makes sense. I really do. We got to understand these things. Big time. Avoidance. Avoidancy. We're avoiding. We're trying to avoid our anxiety and panic when we avoid. Right? It's a form of isolation. It's also an attachment style due to the attention we got when we were parents. Or it's just conditional after the relationship we just got out of. And we're avoidant. People are saying, whoa, what's wrong with you? Why don't you want to just get back out there and date again? You're avoidant. Why does anybody have to date? An emotional need is intimacy. And we can find it different ways. I hope that helps everybody. Please ask me a bunch of questions about this down below. If I can help, I will. If I can, okay? I hope that makes sense to both you guys, Joanna and Mark. Thank you for asking, and keep asking more. Yeah, I think you don't have that much to worry about. Give it time. I remember not wanting to date for a very long time, man. I went like 3-4 years. I didn't want to, and I didn't. And then I wanted to again. When I wanted to, it's like, yeah, I wasn't scared. I wasn't avoidant at all. I was like, no, let's do this, But for a little while, I was kind of avoidant. Yeah. Hope that helps. I think just knowing some of this stuff helps us feel better, right? We don't feel so alone. Oh, it's just me. What's wrong with me? No, this stuff's common. Thanks, guys. Ask me more questions and love yourself first. Bye-bye.